It was dark. That's how it got out here in the countryside. No cities for miles, and not many houses out here either. I and most of the people out here had gotten used to the dark, but tonight was different. It seemed darker than usual. I was driving home from a friend's house one night, and I saw something that caught my eye. Lining the roads were trees, but there was one tree that looked different. I didn't get a good look at it because I was driving, but I got the chills all the way back home. It was very early, still dark outside, when I heard a noise. It sounded like a loud thump, followed by slow, quieter thumps, almost like footsteps. I grabbed a flashlight and went downstairs to investigate. The door was closed and everything seemed normal, except for one thing. The door wasn't locked. I distinctly remember locking it, but I was too tired to investigate, so I locked it and went back to sleep. The next day was normal, nothing out of the ordinary. The next night, though, I heard it again, a loud thump, followed by the footsteps this time. I thought either someone was robbing me, or one of my friends was just fucking with me. Either way, I grabbed my gun. Once again, nothing was amiss, except my door was unlocked. This time, I searched my house. I found nothing, which is what I truly expected. Then I went to sleep. The next night, I heard it again. I didn't even bother to go downstairs this time, though. The next night, though, I heard the noises, but then I heard more footsteps that were coming up the stairs. I quickly grabbed my gun and stared at the door waiting. I don't know how long I waited, but nothing ever came. The night after that, I heard the footsteps coming up the stairs. I thought it was just my mind playing tricks on me, so I went back to sleep. I was half asleep when the door opened. I was 75% asleep. But when I saw it, I woke right up. It was a tall figure. It had to duck to get through the door. It was well dressed and looked like it may have been a man. The worst part, though, was the face. It didn't even have one. It crept closer, making no noise as it slowly walked toward my bed. I was too frightened to grab my gun, so I just sat there, almost shaking with fear. It just stood at the foot of my bed, staring at me, or at least I think it was. It was hard to tell because it was lacking a face. It stood there for what seemed like an eternity, just staring at me with that horrible and motionless face. After a while, I don't recall how long, it began to extend its arms. They grew and separated like branches of a tree. I admit, I was afraid. For a split second, I saw an opening. It was when it began to move closer and move toward the wall for a moment. I bolted through the door, down the stairs, and then outside. I got in my car and drove. I don't remember how long I drove for, but I am sure I was a few counties away from where I began. I booked a lot of motels during my time away. I must have been gone for about 5 months. When I began to think the coast was clear, I moved back. Things were normal for a few months, but at the back of my mind, I knew it hadn't forgotten me. Even as I type this, I know it's coming. I hear the noises now. The loud thump of the door opening, the footsteps coming up the stairs. My door is locked, but even still, it turns the knob. I can hear it slowly coming toward me, finally finishing what it started almost a year ago.